All right. Good evening, good day, good have you. We are on this new map of Isle of Slaughter as these two awesome teams in the quarterfinals. Now, at the upper right, we'll start with the Orange Terran, Back to This, and his buddy, the Purple Zerg, Azubuhu, and they make up ProtechEZ.
And spawning in the lower left, we have as the Teal Terran, Ender, and the Blue Protoss, Lulzbor, and they make up Team Inferi.
Now this is going to be a good map. We've got two master players against, if I remember right, Ender is a master, maybe GM, I can't remember which, and his buddy's also quite up there. So this will be quite high quality games here, Adam.
Yes, I think so too, Jason. It's going to be a great game.
Absolutely.
Got Lulzbor scouting with the probe, and Azubuhu doing the Zerg thing, just send the Overlord out, and he'll eventually get there.
Absolutely. Now, Ender's doing his patented gas first. He's going to get a barracks very quickly, and his buddy is now just getting his gateway. All very standard.
Very standard, and we're seeing more Overlords going out. We can see Azubuhu looks like he's about to get his second, and there's the natural.
Natural drops. So, what do you expect to see in this game, Adam? Do you expect like quick aggression? I know Ender's in Lulzbor really have a high quality game. They can really go into macro, but they can also put on a bit of pressure.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of the macro at first, but could be wrong.
Now, Back to This is doing pretty standard Terran-y things. He has his barracks, he has his gas, 3 SCVs in each gas, or just the one gas. And spawning fuel just dropping down for Azubuhu. That's going to be very hard to say. It's going to get complicated late in game. Oh, dear.
Yep. Back to This has got his Marine coming out, and Ender building a factory here.
And orbitals all around. There we go. Getting some add-ons on the barracks for Ender, getting reactor.
Yeah, Lulzbor's scouting here. He's trying to get closer to see what's going on. The Marine's in the way. Can maybe try to sneak around. Or
yeah, let's see if these Marines find them. Because the thing about this is it's a huge, huge base, and they will find them. Goodbye,
they will. And he's out.
Now Back to This, getting his factory. And looks like Azubuhu is just kind of banking a little bit of gas, going to be getting some upgrades, it looks like, I would have to guess. Maybe speed?
Yeah. See 2 queens coming out for Azubuhu, and we got a Stargate going down for Lulzbor.
Stargate, I like it. You could get some Phoenixes, kill drones and SCVs, or Oracle, because Oracles are really, really good, or Void Rays.
Yeah, but Azubuhu did.
Nothing bad.
Azubuhu did spot that, though.
He will be prepped. Let's see. He's not building any spores yet, though. So he may have kind of seen it, but not really noticed. A natural for Lulzbor is being taken, as well as Ender.
Yep. It's good to see that going down.
Now, looking at the units tab, Ender has 4 Hellions now, and Lulzbor has a Stalker. So there's not very much on the map for them, whereas Back to This has 5 Marines, and Azubuhu only has 2 Queens. So I guess there's no risk of early aggression. Those 5 Marines could apply some pressure, but looks like they're happy staying home.
Yeah, but I think Ender's going to send those Hellions out, and probably going to do a little bit of harassing here.
Question is, how much will he get done with it?
I don't know. We do see that there are spar crawlers in Azubuhu's mineral line, so yeah, he definitely did see that Stargate.
He did, and Lulzbor is opting for the Oracle. This is a really good play. And go for Revelation and all that.
I mean, he's got that thing rallied all the way up to the top. So
and some harassment. How many kills will they get here? The Oracle goes down. Hellions are getting several kills. You know, that was cleaned up quite well. Lost a bit, but nothing.
9 units. 9 units, not too much. 450 minerals. It wasn't even trade there. Oh,
Ooh.
definitely not even now after that Widow Mine hit.
Widow Mines are really, really good, man.
Oh, yeah. Should be nerfed.
Nerf
Okay,
the
we
Widow
see
Mine box. Alright, so bases are established for Lulzbor. Looks like back to this is decided. Oh, Oracle's in back to this base again. Looks like he's gonna. Will he get away? Will he get away? Yep, the Oracle will survive. But instead of opting to build a Oracle or an orbital, he's just leaving it. And now he changes to orbital. Okay, there we go. Never mind. Just getting the SCV count higher. Now Hellions are coming in, poking a little bit, trying to keep the creep spread to a minimum.
Yep, Queens are there to fight them back. Oh, it's gonna lose. Oh, did not lose the Queen. And here come the Zerglings. Great micro there. Oh, but look at her. She's going up. Up there she comes. She's coming back.
And that medevac healing the Queen. Gotta love teamwork.
Gotta love teamwork. That medevac probably never thought of healing the Zerg.
Yeah, this is kind of a strange alliance. But that's the beautiful thing about 2v2s is they don't make sense story-wise. Now,
they don't.
He's following up with Phoenixes. This is a really good follow-up because you can take command of the air and do a lot of economic damage as well as pick up key units, such as if the Terran decides to go tanks, which it looks like he might. You can just pick those up and then you might as well not have anything.
Yeah, but I gotta say, got the turrets there, you got the spore crawlers there. Phoenixes aren't going to be doing too well against buildings.
So this is a fairly decent-sized push taking out the rocks here with the Marines and Marauders and Medevacs in the back. The Hellions are going to try and clean it up, but I'm not sure how much they're going to get it done. Oh, and he loses all the Hellions.
Loses all of them. Now, laying Hydra here.
There is a counter. Hellion counter at Azubu's natural. And it's cleaned up.
They recalled, but now they're going back in. Looks like going to wait for his teammate to respond. Oh, more units heading up the ramp. And like I said, those Phoenixes aren't doing anything.
Looks like a very deadly push. Each tank siege, he's going to fall. All there are Stalkers and Mothership Core and some Hellions. Oh, and the Zerg and just keeps streaming in. This is going to be quite tough to hold. Can he do it?
All players smacking at everything.
Oh, and the DM hammer gets knocked down.
Still trying. Gotta give credit to Inferi. They're still trying here.
They are still trying. I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to do. They're now after Ender's natural. Those Hydras are doing significant damage, losing the SCVs, lifting off. And the GG from Lulzbor. And that looks like it's going to be game one.
My name is Dylan. I'll be doing the analysis for the games today. So we're going to start around the 620 mark, where the harassment from Inferi is about to begin. So you can see we have 26 SCVs now for our Terran that's about to be harassed. At the beginning, the Oracle was taken out by the Widow Mine. I think he got a Marine kill, but no SCVs. So by the end, when these Hellions finally finish and die, they'll have about 20 SCVs left here. Another Oracle's going to fly in and get one more. So a total of 7 kills, 7 SCV kills from the 4 Hellions and 2 Oracles. That's a 700 mineral and 300 gas investment. There's not enough SCV kills to actually warrant that harass, and that puts them pretty far behind. So now we're going to go to the 945 mark, where we're going to see a small engagement between our blue Terran and the Zerg. So you'll be able to see that the Hellions, as of right now, do not have blue flame. Ender is going a mech composition. That's a really important upgrade. And those Hellions that just died were the majority of the army here for Ender. So they're going to break down these rocks and go up the ramp for the big engagement. You can see we have 2 Hellions, a siege tank's about to pop, and then just a few Stalkers and some Phoenixes. But these Phoenixes are not going to do enough against the Hydras and Marines. You really need AoE to deal with this, and the 1 siege tank is not going to be enough. Even with the Photon Arbitrage, they can just attack up in here and just kill them. So that'll be it for the first game. We'll get to send it over to Jason Adam for game number 2.
All right, here we are on Greystone Ravine, spawning in the upper left as the teal Terran, we have Ender, and spawning in the lower left, I guess, we have the blue Protoss, Lulzbor, and they make up team Inferi.
And on the right side of the map, starting with the orange Terran in the middle right, we have Back to This and his purple Zerg buddy Azubuhu, and they make up Team ProtechEZ, and they're up 1-0 against Inferi.
All right. This looks like it's going to be another good match, I think, because last match was a little quick, but it was good.
It was definitely good. We'll have to see what they do. We'll have to see. It's hard to say what I would do in this position. I mean, down 0-1 as Ender and his buddy Lulzbor are, you might consider doing a very early attack, like maybe a cheese of some sort, like a 4-gate, triple X 4-gate or something, even though triple X isn't very good anymore, or like Widow Mine drops or something, just to kind of throw your opponent off a bit. But looks like they are going to play fairly standard right now. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Lulzbor's got his scout there, but scout's going to do a little harass and then go away. And Azubuhu getting his second hatchet down here.
Absolutely. So looks like it's going to be a fairly straight up game. It's going to be just them powering up for a little bit, so not much to talk about. So I have a story.
That was the worst segue ever, but continue.
All right, so Adam, you know what I learned the other day?
What's that, Jason?
That the Canadian government has this law, okay? This law is if any resident of Canada requests a picture of the Queen of England herself, they are legally obligated to send you one for free.
What?
Yeah, so I didn't believe it at first. So I called the number, and for all Canadians wondering, it's 1-800-O-Canada. And I simply said, hey man, I want a picture of the Queen. And the guy said, all right, sure. Where do you live? And I told him. He's like, all right, cool. Which one do you want? Because there's 3 options, apparently. There's like, picture of the Queen by herself, picture of a Queen and her husband, and then just her husband, Duke of Edinburgh, or something like that. And 3 to 4 weeks later, I have a picture of the Queen sitting in my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other news. Azubuhu trying to scout. He's going to move his overlord away. We have a proxy. No, actually, no. That's just a probe there.
There's a probe hanging out.
I'm guessing it's for a proxy, but...
Probably we'll have to see. And by the way, I love how you just kind of did not like my story at all. Thanks, man.
I gotta say, I love the story. It's just, I don't understand why anyone would, need a picture of the Queen that badly.
It's not that they need it. It's just hilarious. And abusing the system. It's great. So in terms of the actual game now, since we're starting to power up, 3 gates going up for Lulzbor. So might put on some aggression.
Oh, and the proxy's going down for Lulzbor, so I think we're gonna see a 4-gate here.
But the Zerglings have spotted for Azubuhu, taking some damage. The Hellions will clean them up.
And a second proxy goes down, and I gotta say I feel sorry for that government agency now, because I have a feeling they're gonna get 1 million calls requesting pictures of the Queen.
1 million calls. I think you overestimate ourselves, good sir, but maybe in the future.
No, I think it's gonna be a lot of calls.
A lot of calls, yes. Get the word out there. Tweet it. Hashtag it. Free Queen pick blocks.
We do see 4 gates for Lulzbor, so I think we got the 4-gate going here. He's got the proxy pretty good distance away, but
lots of spines. They know this is coming, so it looks like they're going to be fine. They're keeping their Hellions at home. They have a bunch of spines, 3 queens, pretty much walled off. Hellions are coming in here. Oh, 2 spines are lifted, so now would be a good time to attack.
Get in there.
All 3 are lifted right now. The engagement has begun. Let's see what happens.
Lost the probe. Yeah, that was a mistake. Not the probe in to fight this.
Oh, they're trying to get into the main.
And they do. What can they do?
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They have to concentrate now. They have to get like add-ons. Yeah, get the add-ons. Looks like they're countering. They're getting a Raven. Ooh, sexy. I like the Raven.
Everyone loves the Raven.
Thank you for playing a I'm not sure if that's all right. Instant comment there. Definitely
I feel like
overextended.
I feel like Wolfsburg should have at least tried to get rid of that tech lab there, but
Now the
oh
thing
well.
is, they did clean up that attack, but there is still a significantly sized army on the up in the frontier. The Hellions are running away. I'm not sure where they're going to run off to, but there is still a proxy pylon right there.
Yep. We do see the Roach Warren did go down for Azubuhu, so he's going to transition into Roaches here.
So in the meantime, both
yeah.
Terrans are getting their expands as well as Lulzbor. So they're going to transition out of this.
Yeah, they gotta keep pushing in though. They got their opponent down, stuck behind here.
I mean, it's tough to say what they should do here, because that is a lot of spines, that is a lot of Hellions, and there are quite a few Lings, and there's a Raven, which Seeker Missile is just stupidly good. So
Yeah,
the contain here is quite good. I like that they're stuck in their base, and they could expand behind this.
yeah, that's always a good idea too. Try to keep them on the 3 bases that they got, and you should be getting 4. But
Definitely. Now, another factory for back to this looks like, as well as a Banshee, so looks like he's going to be going into a fairly significant mech play.
yep, and we all know you love mech play, don't we, Jason?
Who doesn't love mech plays? I mean, they're just so awesome once you get that death ball. It's just, can you survive long enough to get to that point?
Yep. That's always the main question there.
So it looks like they're going to break out here. There's not nearly enough to contest this anymore, but they are transitioning out. They are getting their naturals, which has been scanned now, so it is fairly obvious. So looks like it's going to go into fairly standard game.
Yeah, I think we're gonna look at a long macro game here.
Definitely. Well, let's see. Getting a macro hatch for Azubuhu. I'm gonna mess that up one of these days. It's gonna be really embarrassing. Whereas everyone else is just starting to power up. Getting a robotics bay for Lulzbor as well. So we'll have to see where that goes. There is a bit of a skirmish. The Hellions controlling the map. Really great map presence by Ender.
Yeah, just trying to protect those proxies that Lulzbor's has, because those could come in handy later.
Definitely. Now the creep spread is starting to power up, but not nearly as far as it could be thanks to that contain that Inferi had. That was very good play.
Yeah, it was, but creep spread's still going out, so Hellions, going back and forth, going to get those Zerglings attacking that pylon again.
That pylon's almost dead, so only a few. Looks like there's a ping. We'll have to see what they're planning here. That was from Ender, so we'll have to see what he wants his teammate to do. Whereas there is a significant army for ProtechEZ building up.
Looks like he wanted him to put a pylon down so he can keep a watch on that those areas of his base he doesn't see very well.
Very good advice. Ender's engagement. These Hellions are going to die from Ender.
Yeah, I gotta say, what's that? At least 10 Hellions versus 3? That's not good odds.
Not very good odds.
See the roaches going around for Azubuhu. He's moving them around. Yep.
Proxies are going to fall now. So the map is clear. Looks like there's going to be an attack right away. They're starting to posture.
Yeah, they're getting ready. There's the scan. I see the Colossus now.
There's not very much here, Adam. There's 2 Siege Tanks, a Colossus, some Hellions. This will be a very interesting attack. The force fields are really good at those, so with good force fields, can change any direction of the game. But they are well contained. Oh, Seeker Missile on the Siege Tank. They need to move the Stalkers.
No.
And again, I don't know what he's paying for, but his army is going down right now.
Overextended with those roaches. Gotta get. Oh, he got the Colossus.
This is going very well for them. The Void Rays will clean this up, but oh, will that Colossus go down? Nope, Colossus
No.
is saved. There are roaches still hanging out in the middle line of Ender's natural, though, so he has to flee. That was a pretty aggressive attack, and they are going, oh, and Ender is not happy right now. More roaches come spilling in. Though there are 2 Widow Mines and a Siege Tank, looks like this attack is going to be deflected for a while. Held, but they are a bit crippled after that.
Yep. Back to this, putting 2 Siege Tanks at the front of that ramp to block him in, and, well, looks like he's going to move him out, actually.
Let's see. Creep spread is getting quite good again. They're starting to cover the whole map. Not Scarlet level, but I mean, there aren't too many people who are doing Scarlet level builds. Now, one thing to mention is, back to this, doesn't even have +1 upgrades yet for his mech, whereas Ender is getting +2 already. So that is a quite significant upgrade advantage that Ender has.
Yep. Ender's going to try and take third, but there is a roach blocking him.
Yeah, he'll have to clean that up before anything. And Azubu, who expands to his third base here. It is seen, though, so we'll have to see if they let that stay up. It is in quite a well-covered area, though.
It is. It's very hard to get in there, but it does have the back you can shoot from.
These roaches need to run away because there's way too many tanks, and they do. And looks like the Inferi is going to be taking the gold base here. So that could really swing the game into their favor.
Good. Wolfsborg getting that base, getting the pylon. He's got this. I like this setup of the Colossus, Void Ray, Zealot Stalker. Looks a bit jumbled, but they all do their part.
It works very well, especially with Ender's siege tanks as well, because it's just tons of splash damage. Just tons.
Ender's got Hellbat, Siege Tank.
Now, there is quite a nice composition being built for Azubuhu. Roaches and Hydralisks are coming up. Looks like he's going to want to contest that gold base soon.
But back to this has seemed to gone Viking, Thor, Hellbat.
I like it. That's a very solid mech composition. Oh, and the engage has started.
Oh, will he have to... Trying to get that gold base there, will he have to cancel?
I think he will have to cancel. In the meantime, the Void Rays are just destroying this mech army. But the Roach Hydra did clean up quite a few of them. Will he be able to push through? No, he has to push back.
They did get the gold base, so...
Very worthwhile, and they did lower the Protoss Death Ball significantly. They got rid of a lot of expensive units, but also, I mean, mech isn't cheap. And he lost a lot of stuff. Now back to this, has expanded to the roughly 12 or 6 o'clock base, not 12. That'd be a little city.
Yep, and Ender finally did get his third down. Looks like Lowellspore is going to try and get the gold again. They got siege tanks there to protect this time. But...
The creep is starting to get up there, so it's gonna be tough. Ender is pulling his siege tanks back though. Engagement. Azubu, who has moved into the naturals of Team Inferi, taking out Stargates. Oh, this could be a very devastating, very worthwhile attack for them.
Oh yeah, that's so many things gone. Focus fire on that command center. And that's
and he gets it.
Oh, but the entire army had to come back.
Now
it looks like they'll clean this up, but that's a lot of damage done.
There was quite a bit of damage. And now, very importantly, that army is out of position. So if ProtechEZ wanted to send in a bunch of lings at the gold, they could. So doesn't look like they're going to just yet. They're getting 22 roaches though. And Hive.
Hive coming in. Oh, we got Thors, Vikings, roaches. Oh, spine crawlers moving forward. This is just a first
Looks like Inferi's had enough. They're moving onto the creep, trying to clear it up a little bit. Are they going to engage? I don't know. They're
to get rid of it.
Very, very far onto creep. I'm not sure if I like this. feels like they think they're on a clock, and I'm not sure if they really are at this point.
I don't think they are, but oh, the roach is going to the gold.
Oh yeah, roach run by. That is gonna kill that gold base. Sieged up at the natural of ProtechEZ, and it's gonna be a base. They're gonna trade a base for a base, but I mean, one's losing gold and one's just losing regular minerals.
Yeah, big difference there. Gold is always the better one. Roach is gonna attack this third.
There's no anti-air. These tanks are gonna die to all these Banshees. There's no anti-air whatsoever except for one sentry, and we all know how well sentries do in combat.
And he's just leaving him there. What's he doing?
The Stalkers are coming up. They are gonna clean this up, but that was a lot of tanks lost. Meanwhile, those roaches are still doing damage. Killed the gold, and looks like they're going to. They're gonna have to get away, as this is a planetary. Or no, they'll be able to kill that.
The SCV's trying to save it there, but Vikings coming in. I don't know. There's the siege tanks behind them.
Yeah, there's a lot of siege tanks. I really like the use of Vikings with siege tanks, but he doesn't have any siege tanks right now. So the Vikings they do control the air and they will kill Colossi in a heartbeat, but I mean, he doesn't have any reason to have spotters like Vikings. He just keeps getting more.
We do have 4 Vipers for Azabuhu. Powering them up now.
Oh, he's going in. Blinding Cloud on the siege tanks. They're going in for the engage. Those siege tanks can't fire. He's not unsieging them. He now unsieges them, but oh, he's going to lose a bunch here. Those Blinding Clouds were money.
And with Team Inferi's armies out of position as well, does not look good for them.
Absolutely not. They're losing a bunch of stuff. Those Blinding Clouds were just so good. And back to this. Is smack talking, but I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. I'm not sure what that means.
Who's Tyson?
Either.
I don't understand. Am I supposed to get this as like Mike Tyson? I don't know. Oh, that Widow Mine. Huge hit on the Vikings. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though. That's a lot of Vikings. Ooh, this painful. This could be the end. I'm not sure.
There's the GG from Lulzbor.
GG Lulzbor. And that's it. ProtechEZ takes the game 2-0.
Dylan again here for your analysis for Game 2. So we're going to start at the 620 mark right before the 4-gate and the triple Hellion production hits. So as you can see, the defense is fairly small from our Zerg and Terran. These Spine Crawlers really helps buy them the time that they're needing to actually produce what they need. As you can see, we got 18 Blings on the way, a few more Hellions. This game, Ender actually gets Blue Flame, but it doesn't come into play here. It's a little late. He loses a lot of Hellions when he's going up the ramp. So now you can see here, the Stalkers are all that's left in the base, and these Blings and Hellions can clean them up. A little BM here from back to this, you'll see that throughout the game. Then you're just going to see a slow creep push forward. The Spine Crawlers are going to move up, and they're just going to start poking at that pylon and get it down. So now we're going to skip over to the 13-minute mark. After they held off that cheese, the game pretty much settled down from there, with both teams expanding, taking their naturals, just kind of macroing up an army. So you're going to see here the roaches and the mech army are going to go up and poke a little bit. The force fields aren't bad, they get a few of the roaches caught up there. There could be another one. Move I really like here, you're going to see the Raven come over. Get the Hunter Seagull missile down on that tank. I was going to see if I can blast damage to those Stalkers too, which is really nice. You're going to see here, I'm going to start off, you're going to get the 39 SCVs popped before this attack. You can see these roaches just kind of walking in, trying to kill as much as they can. They get a Colossus. These Void Rays really help out here. No anti-air right now for our Zerg or Terran, so they're able to clean up the roaches and these Banshees. But you can see here we're going to go down to 28 SCVs by the end of this. So he lost 11 SCVs. It's a good chunk of what he had. It's really going to put him down economically, and we're going to see that effects later on in the game. So now that this pack is over, again, we're going to settle down a little bit. Just posturing, basically, by both teams. They're going to take their next expansion. So we're going to move on to around the 7:30 mark. Here we're going to see the gold base that the Protoss takes come under attack by both the Terran and the Zerg. At this point, the gold base is, personally, I don't think I would have chosen it. I think the safer bet would have been up here, especially with this creep spread is really close. The Zerg does a great job with the creep spread all game here. Allows them to do some run-bys later on. Let's see. But I would have rather have taken this expansion up here. That would have gave you a little extra defense with this ramp, and not left it as wide open as this, where force fields really aren't as helpful. So we can see here the base does get cancelled, or at least destroyed, which is pretty much a success for the Zerg and the Terran. They just want to buy their time. They know they're ahead economically, so they're just making sure that they can get up their army that they need. So we're going to skip ahead like 20 seconds or so to 8:50. We're going to see the Roach run by here, which is very big. It'll bring the SUV count down again, as well as force the two armies to move back. This allows for some more posturing to be done by the Terran and Zerg, really able to get in the position for the later game. Here we get a couple probes, some stalkers. Get that Stargate. They don't like the void raids, I guess, so taking that out. Here's the big part that I was talking about before. We're gonna lose the SCVs again. So we started at 50 for Ender, and we're gonna lose that expansion. Let's go down to 38 SCVs here. It's gonna get cleaned up, which gives a small window of time for our Protoss and Terran to move out and actually do some damage. We're gonna see the move out, and we're gonna see what happens with that. So we're gonna move over to the 2045 mark. Now that that run-by has been cleaned up, we're going to see that the Protoss and the Terran have taken their position outside of the naturals, right before the ramp of their opponents. So here they're sieging up. They're going to take care of these spine crawlers and try to get in the best position they can. We're going to see another Roach run-by. These creep spreads even getting better. It's almost at the natural ramp now. So here we see kind of decisions by two players that don't really match each other well. You see them siege up outside the base here, but then you see the Protoss move down. This allows the Terran player to move in with their air composition, take out these Vikings, and then move in with the Banshees. They're going to get 4 tank kills for free with these Banshees, which is a lot of DPS. And also, just sieging up here, they go out for these expansions, which is nice. But personally, they had the advantage going in, and I think they could have just walked up the ramp and see what they could have done with the main. If you get on top of these production facilities up here, using Golden and pretty much GG from there. But here you see they buy them the time. The Zerg gets out the Vipers that they need, and these Roach run by still doing damage up here. They took out the gold. So moving in here. Here are the Vipers that I was talking about before. These are going to play a crucial part in the upcoming battle once they get the energy that they need. The Blinding Cloud is what's going to be used on these tanks. That prevents them from firing at least 2 or 3 times, and they actually end up having to unsiege and move back by the time that they'd be able to fire and the Blinding Cloud goes away. Now you can see the Terran here. They want, get these Vipers up ready to go. He knows that they're going to be very important in this battle. Also, the composition that you can see, 2 Colossus with some Stalkers, a bunch of tanks. Down here again, they're trying to take out these bases, but it splits up their army. And they're able to just kind of come down here with these Blinding Clouds that are pretty perfect. Just come down here and annihilate the army that was here. They come in for the reinforcements on the side, but too little too late. And from there, they're just going to walk across the map. GG. So I will pass it back over to Adam and Jason for the next round.